I can say we can move on to the science if y'all want to try that out, virtual reality.
Yeah, because I've been holding this down for the last 10-ish minutes or whatever. But one thing that just didn't track for me was how, because essentially the performance enhancing drug stuff made sense.
Right.
Let's just try to inject it and stuff, help your brain, fire a little bit more efficiently or however it's supposed to work. Fine. What did VR have to do with any of that? Right. Because you're basically sending Jobe, who's already mentally challenged, now hopped up on experimental drugs, and he's thrown into a hyper tool video.
I thought this was like the initial virtual fighter kind of like layout when they're like flying and shit. I was like, damn, this is 1992 high-tech effects right here that they're doing. And I wouldn't for the life of me think that it's realistic in any way, like even if it was just it's virtual realities, but the reaction that they're having is like everything looks very pixelated, and it's kind of like everything's moving so slow and shit, but like because we're so used to like
the gate closing with the teeth on it and shit.
But most of the world that is taking place within Jobe is kind of thriving is in virtual reality. I want to give like a quick for those of you who don't know or haven't had some kind of virtual reality experience, that virtual reality VR is a simulated experience that can be similar or completely different to the real world. Right now, we do have what is that Metaverse for Facebook?
Yeah. Well, according to David Icke, we're already in a simulation.
We are technically, but now it's the simulation
about the
of the
Facebook
simulation.
Bullshit software.
Well, the simulation of the simulation. That's how the cabal gets us. That's how they lock us out.
No. Explore and call it a day.
Yeah. So fucking Neuralink, which is Tesla's bullshit. I can't remember what Alphabet has for their brain shit going on, but fear that shit. Fear that brain being connected to AI stuff, because that's how the cabal wins, guys.
I think China was doing one that's straight up called Skynet. So,
I mean, realistically, everyone just wants the VR experience.
I would rather a Terminator future than an Ikean future. Let's just.
The point is, we're on borrowed time, people.
You know what? If everyone is in a constant state of orgasm in VR, like we might have a peaceful universe.
I don't know. I mean, that's nice. It's a nice thought at first. I don't know.
We get the population down to about 500,000, like it's supposed to be in the Georgia.
Right? Yeah.
Because you work for the World Economic Forum.
No one's procreating, because everyone's just busting in some kind of like weird VR fucking machine.
Yeah.
And the porn industry is what takes over and rules the world because they become the government and they have to control everything, So they make all the money, they make the billions of dollars. They can start controlling the Catholic Church, or abolish it, however they feel.
Okay, wait, slow down. I need to compose this email to Justin Trudeau and Vladimir Putin and Barack Obama, because they're all part of the WF, man. They can make this happen. Just let me type it up. Just slow down.
So, what other scientific effects does this have on, I guess, or whatever effects science related is Jobe having? Because I mean, his mental capacities are because of the drug.
Well, he develops telepathy at one point. He's able to do mind reading and shit. That's how powerful his brain gets.
Like you mentioned, cool. That has nothing to do with the virtual reality.
So I'm just wondering how the VR plays into unlocking Jobe versus just the drugs that are supposed to help his brain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think he comes to the realization that VR and controlling everything digitally is probably the way to become more powerful, and you can control things.
I think it was like in the sense of their access to information. I remember at one point how he was talking about how, reading a book is pointless when he can just look it up on find it on the internet or look it up digitally kind of thing. But aside from that, I can't fucking imagine what
I just made this movie about 10,000 times better with just one added scene.
Oh,
you get the chimp scene where he's going on his little murder rampage stuff. he fucking force pulls the fucking pistol to his hand from the sheath.
That chimp should have
that would have been cool.
Fucking Jedi powers and shit. Instead, he just had a get. I mean, that was cool, but still.
Well, he had to go physically grab it, but like for his master, it would have been cool because you have like Jobe's like telekinesis pop off. Like, what if the monkey exhibited that, and then like all of a sudden I got a fucking 38 in my hands? Cool.
The monkey just walks around, starts force choking everybody.
This movie would have like turned like totally different if that was the fucking case. The fucking monkey,
like a trauma film. Let's do it.
Monkey starts flying and shit, like it just starts
levitating.
Monkey finds monkey girl, plugs monkey girl up to. So does that mean okay? Whoa! Importance. Was there a chimp-sized VR like ring set up? Because they have that goofy setup where they put the costumes on and they flip around. Like, how do you get a chimp to do that? And then it seems like the equipment's too big for a chimp. Like chimps are like a third of our size. Like,
yeah, they probably had a smaller one then. I would imagine.
The little chimp one,
or maybe they gave him just some like extensions for the arms. They just had some. So he's in the normal size one, but he's just like
they just give him the things for people trying to like gap
the
like
little claw
plants from the floor or whatever, little grabber thing.
He has a little robot arms. Yeah, those are fun.
No, they go totally 1992 with it, and they give him the Terminator arm extension things.
Jesus,
everyone lets you do the middle finger with it. Yeah, they just like your arms are a little longer now, and clamp on with these as we spin you around and send you into a tool video.
That, like really like disorient someone. Like even though they are in virtual reality, like and they're spinning around.
Yeah, because you think like they're like internal like.
It does. Like with standard
bullshit
VR
would be off.
People use now, they absolutely get motion sickness. So it will fuck with your equilibrium.
So, but do you think that's intentional for that particular VR experience to like really fuck their minds initially?
No, but it's to be expected.
I like that though, Ray. I don't know how it works, but I like that idea.
One of my favorite not my favorite, but like one of the funniest things I'd seen recently were VR. I think they're called like VR fails or something. I think there's a subreddit for it. And it's just people fucking face planning or whatever, just fighting it hard, trying to do all kinds of dumb normal shit, in the VR. Like you're talking about like moms clotheslining their kids, like face planning.
So let's get really meta about this with VR. So there's another podcast that Jamie listens to. It's about ham radio. But it's a husband-wife. Yeah. It's a husband-wife duo. And apparently the husband went and bought a Oculus 2. And the wife was really pissed because apparently the month he bought it was like January. It was like their money saving month, and he went and blew like $400 on a VR set. Like, let's do this.
And that thing is like it's not like you can just buy that headset. You have to have a fucking computer that can run it
right. That's which they already did or whatever. But apparently now, like the wife, she has done skydiving and shit in real life. Is too terrified to do it in VR for some reason.
Sure.
And so I just thought that was a little interesting aside of like the VR experience, like, but it felt really weird to me where it's like, dude, you fucking jumped out of a perfectly good plane in real life,
but in VR,
but you won't do it when you're standing in your living room going like, nothing can happen to me. Like,
I bet all the other people that fucking hurt themselves like assholes think the same thing.
You just call me an asshole.
Have you guys tried any sort of Oculus VR situation?
I tried it once when it was.
I haven't.
Very, very like in its early stages.
Mostly, it's the tech isn't quite there yet, and also it's price prohibitive.
Yeah, it's not economical at all for the most part. I tried it out before. I don't know how long it was, like a half a year or some such, a couple months before they had finally made the public release. I got to mess with, I guess, one of the earlier ones at a conference. I think I told you about this, Daniel. I went to a conference to present, and it was also like a tech sort of fair, I guess. They weren't selling shit, but like everything, they had all kinds of things out on display. and one of them was an Oculus, and they were using it to sort of like, Google 3D map a site. And like you basically just took control of the camera and you could fly around the site and look, at like cross sections
That's
of
cool.
the areas, or like walk in some of the little chambers and that kind of thing. So you're just sort of like given a bird eye view for a virtual tour kind of thing. And I used it immediately, and they passed you an Xbox controller, and I was like, oh, I know how to do all this. Just zooming around. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And I was out of there because it was very crude. It was just a cool, mostly like, proof of concept idea. And was pretty cool. But
Roland, I've mentioned to you that I know, like, whenever y'all mention video games and stuff, I've kept this stance for a long time that the only time I would probably immerse myself in video games is whenever it's affordable and it's not going to be like completely fucking my pocket wallet.
Yeah, well,
that I will like probably get into video games where I can immerse myself in the game, where I have some kind of like actual shooter kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I can actually be that first person shooter playing those games that y'all
tried.
I think it's more a problem with your imagination, because I get immersion on a flat screen.
I can't
with certain games. Like,
I have like a certain blockage. I get headaches and stuff. Like I have to like be completely surrounded visually,
shut off
from
everything else.
Yeah. I have to be completely escaped out of this world to like enjoy a video game. So
I tried it a little bit again later.
It's probably just gonna be me playing fucking Mario Kart like 29. Where I think I'm in the car and I'm fucking like just fucking.
No. The VR setup you would have would be like you VRing into like a child that is playing Mario on TV, just to add a layer of.
I thought you were gonna just add some kind of like, not the child element, but like some kind of porn element. Like I'm in fucking Mario Kart, but I'm like being like blown by some like. Really
I figured you ought to be coming because it's so like immersive and cool and stuff. Like, oh shit, no! I hit that banana.
You said in the car, buck ass naked, and like a tree or something's gonna whip across your head, scrape you or something.
Yeah, but Mario Kart's a dangerous game to try to come to, because if you get blue shelled, then you're like really, it's like blue shell to blue balls, man.
It's
like
personal.
Nothing's gonna happen.
You can't take that shit. Sitting or standing.
Wow, I made a Mario Kart reference. I've only played it like twice in my entire life.
Well, I mean, that's another opposite end to Ray's irony.
And it was like the old like SNES one. Like,
it's the only game he's good at.
I mean, the only game I like play willingly.
And like, and you were obsessive about it too. It was really fucking strange, but cool.
I'm obsessive in the moment, but like.
Right.
When it's turned off, like I don't really care. So
no, I just remember you chilling with my brother and rest of his buddies and stuff, like for afternoons, and like that's all you guys would do. And I would come in every so often. And I would get my ass wiped pretty quickly until I got a little practice in, and then I was just mostly okay.
Give me a fucking break.
Interesting choice of word. Got my ass wiped. Dude, my mom made a similar faux pas at one point, dude. We were playing fucking some car. I think we were playing Uno or something real like banal, and say, "You guys are wiping my ass." My sister and I just started dying laughing because we was like, "What?"
So I was I was thinking of wipeouts and trying to say "got my ass kicked." So I think that came out a little fucking mangled. But if it made sense to me, still I'm sticking with it. That's fine.